Most people assume that growing older means slowing down. That aging is simply about accepting that your vitality will quietly slip away, little by little. But as a doctor who has spent her life caring for the health of older women, I disagree. I believe a woman's light should never dim just because of the number written on her birth certificate. In fact, there's one subtle but powerful sign that your health may be shifting, and it's not silver hair, or wrinkles, or a slower memory. It's a feeling that's hard to name. A qui disconnect? A strange dryness? Tightness? A part of you that once felt alive, now feels distant. Unfamiliar. Maybe even forgotten. Nobody talks about it, but I will. Because what you're feeling could be your blood vessels calling out for help. When the tiny vessels that nourish your most intimate areas begin to weaken, the impact isn't just physical. It can quietly drain your vitality, your confidence, and your sense of self from the inside out. I'm Dr. Rachel Bennett. For over 30 years, I've walked alongside women just like you, women who once believed they had to step back, to stay quiet, to live with less. But I'm here to tell you the truth. You don't have to give up. You don't need hormone creams. You don't need prescriptions. Sometimes, all you need is to open your fridge. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share 3 simple foods backed by real science that can help restore pelvic circulation, bring back natural moisture, and reawaken a sense of feminine vitality you may have thought was gone for good. One of them may bring noticeable change in just a matter of days. And if you're ready to begin your renewal, keep watching, because what you've been searching for might start with something as simple as your next meal. The first food I want you to pay attention to is deep red, naturally sweet, and often overlooked in the kitchen. It's beets. Now you might be thinking, what do beets have to do with a woman's intimate health? I used to wonder the same thing. But then I started noticing a pattern among my patients. Women who made beet juice part of their daily routine consistently reported feeling more alive again, especially in the areas most affected by age and hormonal shifts. One of them was Helen, a 9-year-old retired teacher. After I encouraged her to add beets to her breakfast, she came back just a few weeks later, her eyes bright, and said, "I don't know if it's a coincidence, but my body feels like it's been gently woken up." It wasn't a coincidence. Beets are naturally rich in nitrates. Once inside the body, nitrates convert into nitric oxide, an essential molecule that helps widen blood vessels and boost circulation. And for women over 60, that matters more than you might think. After menopause, your nitric oxide levels drop rapidly. That means blood vessels begin to tighten and lose flexibility. The result? Dryness, reduced sensitivity, and that cold, disconnected feeling that no one wants to talk about. Beets won't work miracles, but what they can do is give your body the tools it needs to restart a system that's been quietly winding down. You can start simple with 1 glass of fresh beet juice each morning on an empty stomach. If the taste is too strong, you can gently roast or steam them and add to your lunch or dinner. Either way, what matters most is consistency, because every sip of beet juice is a small but powerful step toward feeling fuller, more vibrant, and deeply alive again. Number 2, watermelon. Most people think of watermelon as just a sweet, refreshing fruit for hot summer days, but behind that green rind and juicy red flesh lies a surprising benefit, especially for women over 60. And no, it's not the red part that holds the real power. It's the white part, the pale layer between the rind and the flesh that's often thrown away. Yet, it's where a unique amino acid called citrulline is most concentrated. When citrulline enters your body, it converts into arginine, which then helps produce nitric oxide. That's the very same compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. Here's where it gets interesting. If beets are like the switch that turns circulation back on, then watermelon is the soothing balm that keeps that circulation flowing gently, especially in the tiniest, most delicate blood vessels, the ones that matter most in the pelvic region, the ones responsible for softness, flexibility, and sensation. I had a patient named Susan, 65 years old. She once described her intimate area as always feeling tight, like there was a thin film dulling everything I used to feel. I suggested she blend watermelon into her morning smoothie, rind and all. 10 days later, she came back and said, "I'm not just feeling smoother physically, emotionally, something softened too." So give your body the chance to feel that difference. Try 1 full glass of watermelon smoothie each day. Use the red flesh and don't forget that white inner rind. No sugar needed. No fancy prep. Just your body, your patience, and a few days of consistency, because sometimes it's the smallest changes that start the deepest transformations. And if you're wondering whether this alone is enough to bring back that inner vitality, don't go anywhere just yet. Because next, I'm going to share a tiny, often overlooked food that might just be the final key to making all of this last. Number 3, pumpkin seeds. Let's finish with something small but mighty. Of the 3 foods I recommend most often to older women, this is the one people tend to overlook. You've probably seen them sprinkled on bread or passed them by in the nutrition aisle without a second thought. But what you may not know is that pumpkin seeds are packed with nutrients that directly support intimate wellness and your hormonal balance. These tiny seeds are rich in magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Arginine is an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide, that all-important molecule that keeps blood vessels open and flexible. Magnesium and zinc. They're key to balancing your sex hormones, including testosterone. Yes, testosterone. Not just for men. In women, testosterone fuels energy, mood, and desire. But after menopause, levels of this hormone drop dramatically. And with that comes a wave of changes: lower libido, emotional flatness, even that strange sense that you're no longer yourself. I remember one patient, Carol. She was 70. She once told me she felt like a shadow in her own home. Just fatter. After I suggested she try a small handful of pumpkin seeds each afternoon, she returned weeks later and said, "My body is changing." Yes, but more than that, I feel like I'm reconnecting with who I used to be. Pumpkin seeds may be tiny, but they help lock in the gains you've made. They're the firekeeper, the quiet stabilizer that helps what you've started with beets and watermelon last longer. They nourish the pelvic blood vessels. They support your hormone foundation. They gently restore the inner aliveness that may have felt absent for too long. And when you combine all 3 beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds, what you get isn't just individual improvement. You get a powerful synergy I call the circulation trifecta. So, if you've been wondering, can 3 simple foods really make such a big difference? That's exactly what I'll explain next. You might be thinking, each of these foods sounds helpful on its own. But what happens when you combine them? Is there really something more? The answer is yes. And that's exactly where the magic happens. I call it the circulation trifecta. Beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds, 3 natural foods that each play a unique role and yet work beautifully together. Beets are the activator. They help your body produce nitric oxide, that key compound that relaxes and opens your blood vessels. It's the very first step so that blood can reach the places it's needed most. Watermelon is the soother. The citrulline found in the pale inner rind gently relaxes the tiniest blood vessels, especially in the pelvic area and surrounding sensitive tissues. It allows for smooth, natural, and nourishing circulation. Pumpkin seeds are the stabilizer. Thanks to their magnesium, zinc, and arginine content, they help balance hormones and support the entire circulatory system, keeping everything running consistently and without interruption. These 3 work like the legs of a sturdy stool. Take one away, and the system wobbles. But put them together, and suddenly, you don't just see small improvements. You see real change. Improved blood flow, better natural moisture, heightened sensitivity, and emotions that feel more grounded, more connected, more like you. And the best part, they're all foods, no drugs, no side effects, no prescriptions required. So, if you've ever wondered whether it's still possible to feel the way you used to, this simple trio might just be the first step to getting there. When the first signs start to show dryness, discomfort, or intimacy that just doesn't feel the same, most women respond instinctively. They reach for lubricants, they try estrogen pills, sometimes even herbal remedies that haven't been properly studied. I've seen hundreds of women go through this. They've tried everything from drugstore creams to internet capsules that promise to restore female vitality in just 7 days. And when those things don't work, many start to believe, maybe I'm just too old. Maybe my body is broken. But the truth is, it's not. Most of these methods only treat the surface. They offer temporary relief, a little moisture here, a little comfort there. But they don't address the real root of the problem: poor blood flow to the pelvic area, lack of nutrition to support healthy tissue, and a slow, steady drop in foundational hormones like testosterone and DHEA. When your blood vessels tighten, when your hormones fade, when your cells are starving, no cream in the world can bring you fully back to life. This is where food steps in, not as a snack, but as nature's therapy from the inside out. Beets open the vessels. Watermelon soothes the flow. Pumpkin seeds stabilize your hormones. Only when these 3 pieces come together can you see true, lasting improvement. So if you've ever felt frustrated that nothing seems to work, don't give up. You might not be doing it wrong. You might just be aiming in the wrong direction. Coming up next, I'll walk you through a simple 7-day action plan. It's safe, it's easy, and it's something you can start as soon as tomorrow. Now it's time to take the 3 foods we've talked about and turn them into a simple, daily routine. Not just something to understand, but something you can actually feel in your own body. I call this the Circulation Reboot Week, a gentle 7-day challenge that doesn't require you to overhaul your life, just a few small steps, added to what you already do. Days 1 through 7, early morning before breakfast. Drink 1 glass of fresh beet juice, no added sugar. If you don't have a juicer, you can steam the beets and blend them with a little water. Mid-morning, enjoy 1 smoothie made with both the red flesh and the pale white rind of watermelon. For extra flavor, Feel free to add a few mint leaves or a squeeze of lemon juice. Afternoon around 3-4 p.m. Eat a small handful of pumpkin seeds about 1 to 1.5 ounces. Choose raw or lightly roasted. Unsalted seeds to preserve their nutrients. Bonus tips to boost your results. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, around 6 to 8 glasses. This helps your body absorb the nutrients and flush out what it doesn't need. Each evening, take 5 to 10 minutes to relax your lower belly. You can do this with deep, calm breathing or a warm compress placed gently over your pelvis. This helps encourage healthy blood flow to the area. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Many women begin to notice a shift as early as day 4. Their bodies feel lighter, more at ease, and their emotions soften like a quiet breeze passing through after a long, still season. Treat this as a quiet promise to yourself that you are worth caring for, worth feeling, and worth living fully inside your own skin. And if you're wondering, can just 7 days really make a difference? Then the final part of this message might give you the answer you've been hoping for. If you're still wondering, does my body even have the ability to bounce back anymore? Let me tell you this clearly and confidently. You are not broken. You are not empty. You're simply undernourished from the inside out. After decades of working with women, just like you, I've learned one simple truth. A woman's vitality never disappears. It just retreats, quietly waiting for a reason to return. And sometimes, that reason doesn't come from a doctor's office. It comes from small, daily choices. A glass of beet juice, a slice of watermelon smoothie, a handful of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon. Simple, almost ordinary things. Yet, they may open a door you thought was closed for good. The feeling of softness, connection, moisture, and aliveness inside your own body. I won't promise a complete transformation in just 1 week, but I will promise this. If you give your body what it needs, it will respond with life. Remember, you were never meant to just put up with it. You don't have to accept the silence, the discomfort, or the sense of fading away. You have every right to feel again, to love again, to live again, exactly as you were meant to. If anything I've shared today spoke to you, leave a number 1 inch the comments. And if you'd like me to continue walking this journey with you, click subscribe, because your healing has only just begun. Whether you're 60, sure, or even 80, your light was never truly gone. It's simply been waiting for a spark, and now you have the switch in your hand.